The second video, I'm going to add a beam to this plane. So the goal is that you're going to have three different variations of either plane dominant, beam dominant, or mass dominant. This one, I'm going to say that it's plane dominant, and I'm going to add a beam. So within this drawing, I'm going to work with a vertical. I drew a vertical somewhere through that plane. So rather than start with the bottom corner like I did on the plane, I'm going to start with the vertical line, and then at the bottom of it, with my T-square and my triangle, I'm going to make two more 30s. That will give me my front corner. And since a beam has two long dimensions, or two short dimensions and one long, I'm doing those long verticals. You want to make sure that everything is parallel. You want to make sure that all of those verticals are parallel. You do this by either putting your T-square tight against the top of your paper and drawing down, or using that back end side of your triangle that will give you the vertical. At the top, I'm basically going to repeat the same thing. I can either go up to the right and up to the left. So off of that front corner, I'm making my 30 degree up to the right, my 30 degree up to the left. And then from those two corners, I'm just flipping it and I'm drawing to make that back corner. Now from this beam, I have to figure out where I want that to intersect with the plane. If I draw that intersecting corner higher on that beam, it will imply that that beam is intersecting towards that far back corner of my plane. Places that a little bit lower on the beam places that intersection towards the middle of the plane, and then even farther on that beam is going to give me an intersection towards that the middle of that left-hand side. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with that. It's really, the choice is up to you. You can make the intersections wherever you want. And by doing that, my two intersecting lines of the front edge will be solid. The back edge of that intersection will be dotted. So that's the top intersection of that plane, and I have to figure out where this beam is going to be exiting the bottom of that plane. This can be a little bit tricky, but if you just think about wrapping these perspective isometric lines around, you can find exactly where that is. So in this case, this can be a little bit tricky because I'm working fast, but you basically extend and you wrap around these lines. You draw down to the corner, and then you drop a vertical, and then work back the other way with another 30 degree line. And wherever that intersects, that is going to show you the bottom of where that beam is coming out of that plane. So if you think about it, here's the intersection. I draw down out to the edge, down along that edge, and back. And wherever those points intersect on that vertical, I know that that is where that beam is coming out the bottom. So that was very quick. I'm adding the beam to this. Next up, we will be adding a mass to this so that we have a plane mass beam construction.